Hello, this is another video in my series, Reading Old Newspapers. First off, I'd like to say that my audio system, for some reason, is no good, and it skips and misses and breaks up and skips parts and misses parts, and then it comes back. So I'm sorry if that happens. I still upload the video unless it's really bad. I don't even usually watch the whole video back and after I record it. So if it skips and breaks up, I'm sorry. Okay. Basically, reading old newspapers. I got a subscription to newspapers.com, and we go through old newspapers from around the world. Well, not around the world, mostly in America. There's a list anyway. There's a list. Let's get to it. Main screen. Okay, now choosing United States. I've been out of the United. Well, you do in the United States. Hawaii, let's do. I just saw it. Hawaii. Waluku? Let's try Waluku. Okay, let's see. 1900 to 1922. Let's pick 1915. And we're in April. Why not pick April? Like on Saturdays only. The 10th then. Okay, 6 pages. Maui News. Waluku. Okay. Let's pull back a bit. Isn't that Maui? Is that how they spell Maui? Okay, anyways. What's this? District nurse for Maui in tuberculosis campaign. The Territorial Board of Health will send a district nurse to Maui, probably on the first of the month, to work in connection with the anti-tuberculosis campaign. Chief Sanitary Inspector Osmers advised of this fact and is now busy mapping out the field to be covered by his co-worker. It is believed that a capable nurse will be invaluable in this kind of work on Maui to locate present escapes tuberculosis. Oh, I'll read it. Waluku painter falls to death from trestle. Trestle. The dead body of Joe Kainoa, a well-known Hawaiian of Waluku, the Chinese cemetery last Sunday morning. Was found beneath a high trestle near Chinese cemetery last Sunday morning. The man's skull was crushed, and he had evidently been dead for some hours. Evidence indicates that the unfortunate had been on his way to his home in Weihu on Saturday night, and that in attempting to cross the trestle in the dark, missed his footing and fell to the rocks below. The deceased was a painter by trade. Sad. Let's see this. What about the school here? Wailuku Public School makes splendid record. 6th grade girl of 12 gets average in examination of 99%. Attendance for year good. Some excellent records were made by pupils in the Wailuku Public School in the recent examinations. The class averages were also very satisfactory. The average of the 7th grade was 88.8%, 6th grade 87%, and 5th grade 80.8%. There is no 8th grade in the school this year. Althea Case, with an average of 97.9, was head of her class. The 7th grade, Ah Hee Young, was the remarkable average of 99, led the 6th grade, and Sally Wilcox, with 96.3, was honor pupil of the 5th. Ah Hee Young is a 12-year-old old Chinese girl who has made a splendid record heretofore, having been advanced 2 classes during the past year. It's been advanced 2 classes. The number of pupils in the school present every day during last term was 71. Following is the list of the honor pupils. Okay, that's great. Okay, next page. Something's slowing down. This page sucks. Going to the next page. I love looking at the advertising. That's 1915. Women's low heel pumps. A low heel welt pump. Common sense heel with silk ribbon bow. Black VC Kid. $3.50. Black gun metal calf. $3.50. Patent Colt. $4. Well, these are all like a lot of this is advertising, yeah. What's it? Report of the receipts and expenditures of the County of Maui for the quarter year ending March 31st, 1915. They have to publicly declare all their expenditures, I guess. Huh. Okay, let's go next page. What's this? It's not spelled right. Tokyo, with an I instead of a Y. Direct wireless between Honolulu and Tokyo will be established before a year is out. Necessary fund to be appropriated by Japanese legislature. Huh. What else? These are all like, I don't know. Paris, April 6th, right here. The Matin expresses expresses doubt as to sinking of steamer Luigi Parodi from Baltimore. Italian ship Pina overdue a month, believed to have been sunk. Oh. London, April 6th. Dispatches from Rome show Italian military preparations increasing. Official statements say negotiations with Austria in attempt to smooth over difficulties are continuing. Berlin, April 6th. Doubt expressed here that Russia would Russia won decisive victory in Carpathians. Huh. I don't know why that's Telegraph's news of the week. What's this? Matson Navigation Company. Freight and passenger schedule. April, May, and June. Leave San Francisco, Puget Sound, Hawaiian Islands, arrive, San Francisco, arrive and leave. And I guess they have a route, a steamer route. Huh. They don't give prices. Railway schedule. Train schedule. Okay, next page. Okay. I told you my system was bad. Look at this. It takes forever. On the other island, let's see here. What's up? On the other islands, bad gang at Honolulu school. As a result of a serious riot at Kaahumanu School, Honolulu, last week, Superintendent of Public Instruction has asked Principal Chase W. Baldwin to explain the trouble. Ah Kem and Anthony Long, two of the gang of big hoodlums in the school, were arrested. Minna Colburn is alleged to be another who took the lending part in the assault of several small boys of the school. In the clash between the gangs, several small boys were rendered unconscious by the severe beating they received. Hawaiian Board needs $30,000. The Hawaiian Board last Saturday sold its properties on the southeast corner of Merchant and Alakea streets to Gus Sherman for $45,000. The money will be used for the building of a permanent home for the board on the old Castle Place on South King Street, but it will need to raise $30,000 more in order to erect and equip the building now contemplated. Filipino murderer gets 25 years. Apolinario, a Filipino who ran amok at Waipahu on the night of February 10th, cutting 6 men, one whom died later, pleaded guilty before Circuit Judge Ashford to second-degree murder. He was given a sentence of 25 years imprisonment. He has been indicted for murder in the first degree. What's this? Honolulu Bankers 3. Cecil Brown, president of the First National Bank of Honolulu, was partially recovered from the stroke of paralysis which he suffered several weeks ago. S. M. Damon, head of Bishop and Company, who has been seriously ill for some time, is reported to be still in bad condition. A lot of like local government information. Okay, I think that's the last page is 6. Pineapples. Let's read about pineapple companies making improvements. Roads in Makawao now made these of last summer seem like bad dream. 2 crater parties. Special correspondent. Why? Waiting for the road for a little dust, the roads of Ka smooth and the road department for good work done recently not only in the Pineapple section but elsewhere in the county. The terrible conditions of the highways during the last year seems now a sort of bad dream. Pineapple Company builds road. The Haiku Fruit and Packing Company has recently put in, at its own expense, a new road around the D.D. Baldwin Hill, making a fine, easy grade of the former steep incline. The company hopes that the county will later take over this piece of thoroughfare. There's an advertisement there. Okay, let's baptismal service at Church of Good Shepherd. Beautiful and impressive were the Easter services held last Sunday at the Church of the Good Shepherd. The interior of the church was profusely decorated for the occasion with flowers. The music, by a quintet of male voices, with Mrs. Villiers as accompanist, was the high order of excellence. Following the Easter service, the following children were baptized. Blah, 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 blah. The police circles. That might be interesting. New office built. New office being built. Anton do Rigo is having a new addition built at the front of his rooming house building next to the Orpheum, which will be used for office purposes. The location is an excellent one for the purpose. Please search. I didn't read that. Okay. Ah Sam of Kahului was sentenced to 6 months in jail in Judge McKay's court on Monday on conviction of stealing a pair of shoes. Balino Colon on conviction of statutory offense in connection with Mrs. Bella Havera was fined $75 and costs, while the woman got a fine of $30. They are both Puerto Ricans and claim Wahi as their home. Wahi. 16 gamblers this week enriched the coffers of the county to the tune of $5 each. Oh, wow. Domingo Figueroa and Maria Pires of Camp 1 pleaded guilty to unlawful intercourse. The man got 60 days and the woman suspended sentence of 13 months. Manuel Freitas forfeited $25 bail on the charge of assault and battery preferred by Manuel Correa. The trouble arose during a dispute last Sunday at Punini, where Freitas is alleged to have struck his opponent with a stick. Okay. I think that's it for the... I don't think there's a page 7. No. Okay, let's head back. Okay, let's see here. Those names are hard. Let's go to Florida. Jacksonville, Florida. The Sun, let's do. Oh, Jewish Weekly. No, we'll do the Sun. I've done the Jewish newspaper before. Only have to choose 1905 or 1906. 1905. Let's do December. Let's do the 16th. Ooh, 18 pages. Whew. Let's do every other page. The Sun, look at that. Single copy, 5 cents. A Journal of Cartoon and Comment. Huh. Pull out. Big 4. Naval Stores Situation. The lion and the lamb have laid down together. Puzzle. Find the lamb. It's a bother. Find the lamb within there. I don't know. Right there. You can see it right there. That was easy. There's his feet. There's his head. I don't know if you can see my hand thing. My cursor hand. Right there. Okay. That's interesting. Oh no, I was going to do... Well, I could do them quickly. Just advertisements, I guess. Okay, let's go to the third page. Money is plentiful. The desirable condition has been brought about by the taking over of large and unsold accumulations of naval shoes being bought by the Big Four and the money turned over to those banks which had advanced money on naval shoes collateral. Huh. Shoes with money. What? Money shoes? Naval shoes. Money is plentiful in Jacksonville. This healthy condition has been brought about by the Treaty of Peace recently negotiated between the warring powers in the world of gum. This peaceful situation is presented over the cover of this issue in the cartoon drawn by artist Taylor. In this lying down together of the lion and the lamb, the relative positions of the two principals in the interesting drama is an incident which affects people more or less in direct proportion to their interest in the lamb. Sympathy for the lamb will no doubt fill the hearts of a large majority of those who look on this picture. It is a noble sentiment that honors the man who labors it. The writer asks that he may be recorded as one of these. But the thing that chiefly concerns the merchant, the landowner, the workman, the real estate dealer, and all other engaged in business pursuits is that the banks now have plenty of money to lend to all who can make a satisfactory showing of their worthiness of credit. Last night, before enormous holdings of naval stores in the hands of the Naval Stores Export Company were turned into cash, there was a tightness in the money market that was keenly felt by the businessmen of Jacksonville. Anyways, okay. Let's quickly go through this. It's been a half an hour now. The heck is that? Look at that, man. 1905, and they got pretty good graphics. Seen by the sun of late. If you don't take your advertisement out of the sun, I'll hit you over the head with my pocketbook. Turpentine, I don't know, walking committee, merchant, and dollar bills. If you don't take your advertisement out of the sun. Oh, that's weird. Moving on. It's a small paper, eh? Very, not a big size of sheet. For sale. The shirt studs go with them. Probably have to read them. Huh. Hmm. I'll read the first little bit. Professor P.H. Rolfs of Miami, who has been pathologist in charge of the subtropical laboratory, will be succeeded by Ernest A. Bessey of Nebraska, a pathologist in the Bureau of Plant Industry of the United States Department of Agriculture. Professor Rolfs will take charge of the Florida State Experiment Station. In New York City, an appeal has been issued by the Board of Managers of the Evangelical Alliance for contributions for the relief of the riot victims in Russia, in cooperation with the work already undertaken by the Leander Chaz A. Stoddard committee and request that the contribution be sent to Jeff cover full knowledge of the facts that helpless men and women and children must perish from hunger and wounds and exposure unless relief is continued. The appeal is to our common humanity. Let the followers of the Christ loyally remember his words. Inasmuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of those my brethren, ye have done it upon me. Interesting. Agriculture, Florida's Opportunity. Conducted by W. E. Pabor. Huh. I don't want to read it. I'll read this little section here. 7 crops of alfalfa in one season since April seems an extraordinary yield for Florida. In the far west, only 3, as a general thing, can be had. By the editor of the Leesburg Commercial is authority for this 7-crop story. He further says it was raised by a man 78 years old in connection with other crops. Boston on Florida oranges. There are many things we get from the Boston journals that are not always acceptable to the South, but once in a while, when digestion is good, perhaps there come down to us words that are as balm to wounded souls. So appreciative are they. For instance, the transcript says, too many tastes. There is no orange grown that companies with the product of Florida. Pitted against the world we stand, you see, at the head. Our people have always claimed it and so accept the verdict that comes from Boston with equanimity. Equanimity. California is our great orange producer, but though the fruit from that section is of fine quality, it does not equal the best of that which comes from the older source of supply of Florida. This extract is not likely to appear in the Riverside or Los Angeles papers, where the Washington navel flourishes, and is really the only good orange that comes from the Golden West. So much for the orange. Now for the pomelo. To some extent, the taste for grapefruit is an acquired one. The high prices asked for it, though, a large part of the year limits consumption. The Florida fruit easily bears comparison with that of California when measured by quality. Florida sends her best bow to Boston and will continue to merit approbation along with the line of citrus fruits. May the time soon come when the pomelo on the Boston breakfast table, as an appetizer, be as common and be relished as well as the time-honored dish of baked beans. Pomelo, I guess that's a grapefruit. Tobacco in Florida. Oh, I don't want to read that. I'll just read the top. The Kissimmee Valley Gazette says that next season the growing of tobacco will be entered upon by the Peters brothers of Wisconsin, who thinks they have found near Narcoossee, just the soil suited for it. It is the intention of these gentlemen to grow onions, cabbage, and Irish potatoes during the fall and winter months, and tobacco during the spring and summer months. Okay. Moving on. That doesn't look that interesting. Let's go quickly. Okay, my videos. Oh, they cut off the... A cure for hysteria. Once upon a time... Oh, is this a story? Once upon a time, 3 little Cheapside tailors who lived in Tooley Street in the great city of London met by accident at the shop of one of the 3. A loquacious, vivacious lot were these 3 little tailors, and there was no dearth of words nor lack of animation of the talk fest that ensued. It required but a short time to exhaust an interesting and important subject as the latest styles of waistcoats and the proper length of cutaways. They were quite speedily agreed on these and other points in apparel that doth of it proclaim the man. Now these three little tailors, whose total sum reached the third part of a man, were not at all perturbed about the rumor that it takes 9 tailors to make a man, so from the lack of other subject they turned to sartorial attention to the imperfections of the government then existing. Being well versed, as all busybodies are, and ever will be, in things they know nothing about, these knights of the tape and shears soon worked themselves up to a high pitch of indignation over the wrongs which the imperfect system of government in Great Britain inflicted on the long-suffering people. No great did their indignation become, as the discussion waxed warm, that they then and there resolved that not another minute of delay should be tolerated. They would at once take the measure of their grievances, cut them out, and then see to it that the gap was sewn up with threads of their providing. With tailors, to resolve is to do, so forthwith did these three little Cheapside tailors retire to the back alley bounded room and prepared a memorial to King and Parliament that would shine the throne and strike terror to the hearts of facilitating Lords and Commons. Holy smokes. Oh, it's broken up. Let's go back to 8 and let's look at it. There's the mouse, tape on this side, and then the next page. Whoops. There's three guys talking. We the British people. Okay, I think I'm going to be done. Floradora cotton. Should it become a staple Florida product? W.E. Paybor. Some attention is given in western Florida, especially about Monticello, to the rising of this variety of cotton as being adapted to our soil and as profitable as Sea Island cotton, which brings in an income of over $2 million annually to the farmers of Alachua, Bradford, Levy, Marion, and other counties. There are those who are enthusiastic over it, though both at the Georgia and the Florida experiment stations, the opinion of the farm superintendents does not seem to be favorable. In the interest of the farmers readers of the Sun, correspondence has been had with Monticello parties and the 2 experiment stations we have mentioned, and below will be found the replies received. We shall be pleased to hear from other raisers of Floradora in Florida briefly, since the space is in this department is limited. Given their experience, some brokers have given higher prices for it than regular market quotations, in order to attract the attention of growers to it. The first is from the director of the Georgia Experiment Station. This was on the basis of what? I'm not reading it. Okay. That's it for the video. Have my fun. Man, you get caught up reading that stuff. You can read forever. What was it? And I have to remember that for the title. Okay. Thanks for watching. Signing off. Remember, live your life and see what happens. Okay, later.